Hey, and thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Today I wanted to show you how I make envelopes without any types of cutting board or punching board or scoring board or however you want to call it. And you can use this technique to make any size envelope you want out of any size paper. These envelopes you see here I made from a big vintage atlas. I just wanted to show you these because they're gorgeous. What you need is obviously paper. Today I am going to use one of these or maybe both vintage books that I got from the thrift shop. You'll need scissors, or any way you would like to cut your paper. I like scissors best for this technique, but to cut out the paper out of the book, I prefer using a small knife like this or a Stanley knife, because cutting out of a book can be very hard and doesn't make a straight line straight away. While using a knife like this allows you to go as close to the border as possible and cut the paper out of your book in a much nicer way. Next you'll need glue. You can use any type of glue you like. You can use tacky glue or glue sticks, whatever you like. I don't like glue stick because it doesn't stick very well when it's dry, but tacky glue like this, if you're gluing your envelope shut and you press down the glue, then you might come into the issue that the glue goes into the envelope and sticks it together. But I'll show you how to prevent that from happening. Yeah, and basically that's it. You could of course use a corner punch to round off your corners if you like the look of that, but that's just finishing touches. You absolutely don't need anything like punches or scoring boards. It's very freehand, but you can always measure, and then you would need a way to to measure your envelopes. But I've never actually done that, so I don't know if that's handy or not. That's just what you prefer yourself. I would say that using bigger papers to practice might be a little bit more easy, because the smaller the envelope you make, the more fuzzy it will get. So to show you, I think I will start with this beautiful book that I actually got from a friend. Let's take a very fall-ish type of color, type of paper. And the back of this is animals eating other animals, so I'm quite okay with covering that with not using this side of the page. Always cut away from your body when using a knife like this. I want to use this side of the image. This means that the middle part will be on the back of the envelope and top part you use will be the bottom part of the front of your envelope. So the part that you open. Is that the front or the back? Actually don't know. So what you do is, if you have an image like this, I would really like this to be the main focus of the envelope. So I'm going to simply turn it around and check the image. And then align these two sides. If you can see that, they have to be aligned. Don't use the side that you cut, because those lines are not straight and will not give you a straight line, folding line. And then starting from the edge, just use your nail. Watch out, if you have colored nail polish, this will transfer, so I'm using my finger in order not to get the envelope pink. But you just fold it across. And then you see, this is the opening side and this is what you see. And if your image has a up or down, yes, sometimes the top or down can be conflicting. But what I do is I decorate this side in a way like this, and I decorate the other side like this. And then hopefully it's not... Okay, sorry, I'm rambling too much. The next thing you do is you take this part of the paper, and you fold it just where you want it. So I don't want to cover up this image, so I'm going to put it here, but you could put it closer to the edge of the paper or even further down if you want a smaller size envelope. And this way you can customize your envelope to any size of card or letter that you want to send, which I really like, because if the envelope doesn't fit the letter, I don't know, it makes me feel better if it fits. I will fold it over the green line here. Same thing, a line on the side that you didn't cut yourself. Start here and trace. As you can see, this side is not even, but that's because I didn't cut it too even. But don't worry, you will not see that in a minute. And now you have the part that you glue shut, and the envelope looks kind of like this. And I would put the address here, stamps here, and then you have this beautiful image still available. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that you need to glue this shut, so you cannot close the paper. This top part has to cover a little bit of the bottom part of the envelope, so you are able to glue a little bit. Next, we move to the sides, and then you see that this doesn't even matter. Again, check your image, and then what you do is you fold about a centimeter, or I think that's half an inch. I don't know inches, so you fold about a centimeter. Again, start in one of the corners and just slide your finger across. If you're not as practiced, this can go wrong very well, because this might just slightly be off, and then you get a little bit of a slope. But it's a handmade envelope, so I wouldn't bother too much with doing this. And again, you can do it about a centimeter, that's the least you need for the gluing, but you could go halfway or wherever you want, and again customize your envelope to what you want. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. And I would like to keep a little bit of the space, so I'm not going to make a very big fold. Again, start in there, make sure it's aligned, and fold down. And now you have this. The next thing you have to do is fold these out, and you take your scissors, or if you like to cut in another way, you can use whatever. I like to use scissors, and you just cut corners so that you exactly meet this fold point. To make it a little bit easier, you can start at that folding point and just cut. Make sure that you do not cut over the folding point, because then you cannot use the envelope because the corner is open. The next thing you do is you fold the top and bottom open again. What we're going to do now is cut off this one, the bottom one, and the bottom one. And we leave these folds there for gluing. Don't cut these off. These are very important, otherwise you cannot close your envelope properly. And how you do is you go again in that little corner that you made, and you could cut straight off the line, but what I like to do is cut in a little bit of a slope, not too much, unless you have a very big paper, then it's okay. A very big fold here, then it's okay. But cut in a little bit of a slope, and this allows you to make the envelope a little bit fuller. then you should have something like this. And that's the base of your envelope. And I usually leave them open in order to, again, be able to customize until I know what's going to be in there. But the only thing you have to do is glue these sides together and then you can store them, or you could just leave it like this and glue everything shut once you have filled it and are going to send it off. But yeah, you can prepare by gluing these sides together and then it's just a regular envelope. What you could also do is put a little of double-sided tape here and then you have the traditional envelope gluing strip as well. Using tacky glue, you could have the issue that when you glue this together and press down, that you glue this, the front and the back together as well. To prevent that, what I usually do is I take a scrap of paper and I put it underneath where I'm going to glue. And then you can just press down. Let it dry for a tiny bit and then you can take these little scraps out. And there you have your envelope. That's simple, isn't it? That's how simple it is. Once you get this in your head, you will never have to use a scoring board again. You can just make your own sized envelopes. Of course, this is the straight type of envelope and not the one with the point, but there's a trick for that. If you make this fold a little bit bigger or a lot bigger, then you can cut your own triangle. So yeah, that's how you make very simple envelopes in any size you want. And just to show you that it truly is in any size, I will quickly make another one from these smaller papers. The smaller paper that I just cut out. That was it for today's video. I want to thank you so much for watching and would like to ask you, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these types of videos, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and I hope I will see you next time. Bye bye!